Hey everyone, how's it going today? Coach Alvarez here, back at you another episode of Coffee with Coach. Hope you're up doing well, got the mind in the right place. If not, as always, let's put it in the right place. So today, I want to share with you guys something I've just been listening to over and over and over again. Right now, it's been a combination of Joe DeSena and Andy Frisella. If you don't know who these guys are, check them out. It's powerful stuff. You know, some people don't believe in motivation. I do. I definitely believe in both motivation and discipline. I think they work with each other, and you need to hear certain things every day, at least for me, to help keep your mind in the right place, because life is tough. Life is hard, right? It can be fun. It can be exciting, but for the most part, it is definitely a tough thing to deal with. And I think a lot of times these days, most people just aren't listening to the right things. So they fold, they break, they get weak, and then they start losing in life, taking L's. And that's not cool. So the purpose of these videos is to kind of help with that. So one of the things that I wanted to share, one of the videos I listen to on a daily basis, like I don't even listen to music when I work out, lift weights anymore. I listen to this particular video. It's called the 2%. And like nothing else just gets me fired up like that. Like before, I used to like rap music, heavy metal music, whatever, some Metallica, stuff like that. But now it's this stuff. It's someone talking to me in my ear while I'm lifting weights, gives me the best workouts that I ever get, okay? Because he's constantly reminding me of the stuff that I'm having to deal with, and then like how to deal with it and to push through and to not be weak, not be soft. So one of the things that he says is that I think most everyone can relate to is, I want that change more than I want that pizza, okay? And you can put it into, I want that change more than I want that cigarette, more than I want that alcohol, more than I want those dark chocolate pieces that I like so much, or whatever it is that is your kryptonite, your thing that kind of is in the way of you succeeding, whether it's your health and fitness goals, some weight loss, something else in life, a tournament for jiu-jitsu guys or girls, ladies, that gold medal. Like, what is it that's in your way that you need to get rid of? And that's you need to switch that mindset and be like, look, this thing is more important than that slice of pizza. Or for a lot of people, which is Cokes. I've had multiple people throughout my years of teaching jiu-jitsu tell me they just have to have their Cokes. Like there's just no way they're getting rid of it. And I'm like, well, if you don't get rid of the Cokes, you're not really gonna reach the goals, because you're just drinking too much sugar. You're just drinking too much sugar, and it's just bad for you and bad for your health and everything else. So, and what I love about this is he says, I want that change more than the sacrifice it's going to take to get it. He says, once I say, this is Andy Frisella talking, once I say that's it, that's enough, it's enough. Like once he puts his mind to it, like say, all right, I need to get rid of this for the time being, or whatever it is, like it's done. It's a done deal. Like I need to just make that change and it's done. That's enough. But he said a lot of people can't do that. They'll say something, they'll put it out there. They'll be in an emotional moment where they see something, or they hear something, or they just get this idea. They get all pumped up about it, excited. And then like he says, 2 days later, it's the same person doing the same thing. They're not changing. They're lying to themselves. And when you lie to yourself, that accumulates into just more and more lies and bigger lies. And before you know it, you can't trust yourself. You no longer trust yourself. And if you can't trust yourself, how are people supposed to trust you? Okay? If they see that or hear that you said you're going to do something and you're not doing it, how are they supposed to take your word for anything? How are they supposed to take any of your advice? Which I've seen multiple people do that on Facebook, Instagram, whatever. They're on point for a hot minute. Like they're posting their meals, broccoli, rice, grilled chicken, whatever. They're working out, and then next thing you know, it's crickets for a while. And for me, I'll kind of wonder like, hey, I used to see this person like post things all the time. So then I'll go to their pages, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, and then I'll see, that's why. There's the alcohol, there's the cheeseburgers and the fries, the chicken tenders, there's the ice cream, there's, it's so they're quiet now. They're no longer posting their things. There's no workout videos or posts anymore. There's no check-ins at the gym or whatever, jiu-jitsu class. It's crickets, and they went back to being their old self again. And then they'll get hot again, and then they'll disappear again, and then so on and so forth. So I've seen that happen more times than none. So, he talks about anytime you start something new, you start off on a new path, come out of your comfort zone, it's going to be challenging. It's going to be tough. It's going to be, he calls it a bell curve of frustration. You'll have that excitement that, you'll be pumped up. You're telling everyone about it. You're getting after it. And then he says what happens is it starts to get hard, it starts to get gritty, challenging, frustrating. And he says most people quit. And that's true. I can, as a jiu-jitsu coach that's been teaching for over 14 years and been training about 25 years, someone in myself that has never quit or taken a break in jiu-jitsu, I've seen thousands and thousands and thousands of people like quit, come and go, come and go, come and go, come and go. For whatever reason, they just come and go. With everything, they're working so many hours, they're going to school, and they're not taking care of themselves, not taking care of their health. They're not, themselves isn't number one priority, and everything else is, and then they start making excuses, So he talks about when you start feeling that frustration, that massive stress, that those things that just become, where it sucks. He says that's where you're about to have a breakthrough. And it's true. I can relate to that. Like when I hear these things, it just hits home because it's like, I've been there and done that. Like, I know what that feels like. Like, you just feel like, man, why am I doing this? Why am I putting myself through whatever it is I'm putting myself through? And then you see it through, and then there's the breakthrough. And then you go off into a new path. You can put that in jiu-jitsu. Like, I don't want to try a new technique. I don't want to try a new game. I'm comfortable with this. So you stay the same. You hit a plateau, but then you go and try something new. It's frustrating. You're getting your guard passed, you're getting swept, you're getting submitted, whatever the case may be. But then you stick it out. And then all of a sudden you have a new game to work with, and you're adding to it. You're sweeping people with it. You're submitting people with it, whatever the case. And now you're growing again, and you're excited, and you're just like, man, a breakthrough just happened because you just stuck with something of being uncomfortable and making that change. So like this stuff relates to everything, right? Like pizza, cigarette, alcohol, candy, soda, ice cream, jiu-jitsu. Just pick something that is in your way. Whatever that change is should be more important than that pizza. And when he puts it like that, like it should just be easy, right? Like really, like I'm gonna allow a slice of pizza or a 7-Eleven big gulp of soda, of Coke or Mountain Dew or whatever your favorite soda is. I'm from Michigan, so we call it pop. You're gonna let that come in the way of like succeeding, being healthier, like being better, like being a good example for your family and friends, and be a better version of yourself. Like, I'm gonna let go of the pizza all day. I'm gonna let go of the alcohol all day, the sugar, whatever the case may be. When things get tough, it's easy to talk yourself out of those things. For me, that's why I like jiu-jitsu tournaments so much, because I trained, well, as of right now, I'm not training. It's been over a month, because I hurt my knee and it's pretty bad. So, but it's getting better, but I'm still haven't trained in over a month. But prior to that, it's running Monday, Wednesday, Friday, lifting weights Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and it's 2 jiu-jitsu sessions every single day. Okay, Monday through Thursday, because Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there's only one session that I go to. When after a while, I just like, there's no new goals or anything like that. So I like to compete a lot. Up until I got hurt, I did 6 tournaments already this year, and those tournaments help with that. They get me focused. They get me honed in on competing. So what happens with the competition? I have to get rid of the, the extra foods that I like to eat, like the pizzas. And when I say pizzas, like there's a place down the street from me that's called Paleo's. They make whole grains. The only place in town that I know of anywhere. It's whole grain crust, 100% whole grain. It's very thin. I'll get grilled chicken, sun-dried tomatoes, spinach, mushrooms, and I'll tell them light cheese and extra sauce. And that's like a cheat meal for me. But then I have this trail mix that I get from Sam's Club. It's got unsalted cashews, almonds, like all your nuts and stuff like that, and like blueberries, strawberries, whatever. But it has these little dark chocolate squares in them, and they're absolutely delicious. Like, I love them. Like, you stick your hand in the bag and you're like, oh, I'm just gonna have a handful, and then you end up having a couple handfuls, and that's what happens, right? Because I can get those extra calories in because I'm not cutting weight, I'm not doing anything. But when I'm competing, there's none of the chocolate, there's none of the pizza, there's none of, in my freezer, I have these Healthy Choice fudge bars. They're 90 calories. And I don't forget how much, there's really any sugar in them or whatever. I think they're made with stevia or something like that. But I gotta let those go. I like those. I have those almost like every night after I come home from practice. There's a couple, there's other things like that, hanging out with some friends on the weekend, or my parents, having some adult beverages or whatever. Those gotta go. All these things are not as important as a gold medal, or at least trying to achieve that gold medal and getting myself in better shape and helping my jiu-jitsu get better by, more drills, more training, more rounds, whatever the case may be. I'm not going to put a slice of pizza or some chocolate or alcohol or whatever the case may be in front of that. Like, it's all it takes is to put something in front of me like that, and then the rest of the stuff is easy to let go. But if you don't really have anything like that, you're not really shooting for anything, it becomes easy to just do things like that. So if you're looking for a change, you want to make that change, which you should make a change, because everyone should be trying to grow and develop and like come out of their comfort zone and become a better version of themselves, because there's always room for improvement in anything that we do. It should be more important to you than that slice of pizza or that soda or that Coke or whatever the case may be. Whatever your crutch is, okay, that thing that just gets you every time, because everyone has it, okay? Everyone has something that they just like, man, I see that and I gotta eat it, or I gotta have it, or whatever the thing is. It shouldn't be more important than being better, okay? And that's just the message of the story. And so again, some people, they'll fold, they'll break, they'll get weak when they get tired and it's a little frustrating. The first thing that comes to mind is like, why am I doing this to myself? Why am I putting myself through all this pain when I don't have to? But you should, because right at that moment is the breakthrough. It's right when you're getting ready to just take off and go and do something even better and become more great, a better version of yourself. So think about that, okay? Put that in perspective. I want that change more than I want that pizza. It's so easy, because when I'm like, there's no way I'm putting a piece of pizza in front of greatness. No way. And being successful. All right, guys, it's time for me to get my workout in and then head up to the academy and unfortunately just teach and not train because of my knee. But I get an MRI today at low afternoon, so we'll see what's going on with that. All right, guys, have a great day. We'll catch you on the next one. We'll see you.